So you guys read the title. I believe pummeling is overrated. Now, two things I want to preface this video with before I get into the film. First things first, this video is only applicable to freestyle and folk style. This video is not meant to be translated to BJJ or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, or Greco, where you have different techniques, different rule sets. And in those three disciplines, the stances are more so upright. So this doesn't really apply. Also, overrated does not mean bad. I'm going to have comments of people tripping. I have no idea why. Overrated simply means that we look at it as if it's better than it actually is. And we do. And I will prove it with the film that I'm going to use. And the two reasons I believe pummeling is overrated, I believe everybody should still learn how to pummel. I believe pummeling drills can be beneficial. However, I say on a scale of 1 through 10, pummeling is maybe an 8. And we look at it as a 9.5, 10. And there's two main reasons why we overrate pummeling. First things first, the main three techniques you can use to counter a pummel are very undertaught in the United States, right? Undertaught in general, I don't see them that often, but especially in the United States. You have the arm spin, you have the drop whip over, which is super uncommon, and then you have the drop throw by, which is also super uncommon. Arm spin isn't uncommon in general, but in the United States, where we focus more so on folk style than freestyle, then a lot of people don't really know the arm spin too well. And anything like the drop whip over, drop throw by, very similar techniques, you rarely see those techniques as well. These techniques work very well against the pummel. I actually have a screenshot here of the comment section on one of my posts where I posted about this on Instagram. Trent, Hidlay, and Jackson Arrington talk about it's almost like a cheat code, right? Because it's so good. When you time it well, these techniques work really well when someone is trying to pummel against your underhook. And lastly, or the second reason why I believe that pummeling is overrated is because we are not good at the over-under position. So most of the time when you see someone trying to pummel, it's from an over-under position, and they're trying to get double underhooks, right? Because a lot of people know how to score from double underhooks. You can get a bear hug. Anybody can score from a bear hug. But guys who are actually good at the over-under position, Rahman, Amouzad from Iran, Tumur-Ochir from Mongolia, Trent Hidlay from NC State, these guys they don't pummel as much, even though they live upper body, because they can just score from the position that their opponent is giving them. So if I can score from the over under, and they're resting in this position, they're giving it to me. Why am I risking losing position altogether by trying to pummel for double underhooks? It just doesn't make any sense. So let's get into the film, and then hopefully you guys see what I see by the end of the video. So first we're going to look at 3 clips of wrestlers hitting the arm spin when the opponent tries to pummel in. So it's not much to explain. I don't want the video to just be silent, but it's not really much to explain. It's just you see it. So he tries to pummel in. It's very simple. Tries to pummel in, times it perfectly, doesn't really rest in that position at all. Then he's able to hit the arm spin. And the examples I use would have also been scores in folk style, by the way. So this is Tumur-Ochir versus Johnny. He did it to him twice in one match. I'm going to slow it down for you guys as well. So you can see that he has the underhook already. So he's in the over-under position. Johnny tries to pummel in. And then besides fighting against it, Tumur-Ochir just decided, hey, I only need an overhook for an arm spin. So you can negate my underhook, but I still have my overhook. Which is smart. It's good wrestling, right? Same thing here. Has the over-under. You can see that Yanni completely blocks the underhook. Gets his arm in right here. And Tumur-Ochir goes feet to back this time with the arm spin. And he's able to get 4 points. But in folk style, it would have just been a regular takedown. So here you have Trent Hidlay. The opponent is trying to pummel in, and he hits a drop whip over. Now, yes, this wouldn't have been any points in folk style, but it was feet to back 4 points in freestyle. However, a lot of times he still ends up with control on the drop whip over when they're trying to pummel in. This is him against 2-time All-American Marcus Coleman from Iowa State. And you can see, I'm going to replay it again. You can see in the pictures after the fact that Coleman was in the middle of trying to pummel, right? He didn't have his overhook. You can see it right here from this angle. And if you still don't see it, you can see right here that his arm was obviously inside completely. Next, we have Rahman Amouzad against 3-time world champion Haji Aliyev on their way to his first gold medal. And he kind of did when I first saw it, I put it as a drop whip over / drop throw by. They're very similar techniques, so sometimes you can see them and they look pretty similar. So this is my segue into the drop throw by, which I have plenty of examples of people using when people are trying to pummel in. But I mean, he lands right on his face. It's a very hard technique to defend because once you do this, you aren't cranking down on that underhook anymore, right? So a lot of times when people have an underhook, people try to crank down on it and get that elbow down. You aren't cranking down on it. You really have nothing defending this side of your body. That's just the way it is. He just face plants to the mat, and Rahman Amouzad is able to get the score. Next, we have Ali Shabanah, and I have an entire video on him and his drop throw by. He does it from multiple different positions, but this is from the over-under. So Behzad Abdurrahmanov, I believe he's a multiple-time Olympic bronze medalist, or one time. I know he did it in Tokyo 2020, and then he just dropped throw by when he's trying to pummel in. Here you have Sidakov, 3-time world Olympic champion, well, 4-time world Olympic champion now. His opponent is trying to pummel. He uses this technique all the time. So he gets in the over-under. His opponent tries to negate the underhook, and he just drops to the drop throw by. Next, we have Jackson Arrington from NC State, currently in red shirt. This is from a couple weekends ago. His opponent, again, over-under. Underhook, tries to go for a knee pick. The opponent pulls him up with an underhook, so he ends up in over-under right here. Same position, guys. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just want to show you that it works at all levels and works against different opponents. Before we continue with the rest of the video, I wanted to quickly plug Earn Your Gold Academy, the #1 tool in the world for learning and teaching wrestling. Whether you're a parent, coach, or athlete yourself, right now you get access to all 10 of my courses, plus access to the Earn Your Gold community where I have exclusive posts and videos. Just to give you a look into what made Earn Your Gold Academy so different is that when you click on these courses, you have me showing a move myself, like any instructional, but you also get videos of these techniques being used against and by the best wrestlers in the world. Also, underneath each section, you can always leave comments, questions, just in case you want any, and anybody can answer, not just me. So I have 10 courses right now. I plan on adding 2 more in the future, a bottom course as well as a duck under course. You also get exclusive access to the Earn Your Gold community where you can post in there, I'll post in there. I have exclusive videos. Everything is organized in there. I have grappling because I have so many jiu-jitsu guys who support the channel. Thank you for that. I'm going to have exclusive videos. Let's say you want to learn more about top wrestling. I have tags as well to keep everything nicely organized. You can see every single post I've made about top wrestling. So I hope you guys check that out. It's a one-time payment of $100. No monthly fee, no yearly subscription. I know you guys will enjoy it, and let's get back to the rest of the video. Next, we have 2 multiple-time All-Americans, Peyton Robb versus Will Lewan. And this was from the Clip King Las Vegas tournament last season in 2023. Will Lewan, again, same position. It's not really rocket science, guys. It's the same as that position. This happens often when people pummel. We just don't realize it because the techniques that they're all using, almost none of us use. Especially, I'm really talking to a lot of high school coaches here. Almost no high school coaches are teaching this technique on a regular basis, right? Maybe you had one day where you showed a drop throw by 3 months ago, but you don't drill it. Maybe you had a day where you showed an arm spin, but you don't drill it. Maybe you had a day where you showed drop whip over, but it's not a regular part of your drills. So in a live match, your kids are not going to hit it. That's just the way it is. That's the way it works. I got 2 more examples of this, and then I'm going to go into reason number 2 why it doesn't work. I'm going to use Isaac Trumbull to show not why it doesn't work. Sorry, why pummeling is overrated, or why I consider it to be overrated. And then last clip, you have Angelo Ferrari in his debut for the Iowa Hawkeyes against Evan Bachman. Really good wrestler. You can see he's gonna try to same as that position, guys. Same as that position. Same thing is gonna happen as well. He goes like knee drop, single, head inside, single throw by type of motion, similar to what Chance Marsteller does, right? So I call it a throw by, but it's a slightly different, right? But same mechanics. So I was supposed to edit that out. But next, so that goes over principle number 1, or reason number 1, I should say, of why I believe pummeling is overrated. Because the techniques I just showed you, they are not popular enough to punish people when they pummel. Second reason is is overprescribed. So a lot of times we decide to try to pummel for double underhooks when we can just score with the singular underhook we have. Rather that's an underhook and an overhook, rather that's the pinch headlock position or reverse headlock position. So I'm going to show that. So here you have Isaac Trumbull against Max Shaw. He's losing this match 4-2, right? Towards the end of the second period. So you can see him multiple attempts to try to pummel, which isn't bad. Again, guys, it's not like he's getting scored on. But again, he's not getting scored on because Max Shaw isn't good at any of the three techniques that I showed, right? So he's trying to pummel. It's not working. He's not getting into that underhook, double underhook position. And he just decides, you know what? He's giving me over under. How about I just score from there? And not only is he able to score, but he's able to get the pin and win the entire match. And that over under outside trip was there for a while, right? So imagine if the first or second time he tried to pummel, Max Shaw hit a drop throw by. So now he lost a position altogether when the whole time he could have went over under. So just something to kind of show you guys there's other things to do. Here you have the same thing. He tries to pummel. He's trying to get his arm in. And then he just decides, you know what? I'm good at the cruncher. That's what I call it. A pinch headlock, reverse headlock, whatever you want to call it. And then he just uses a single underhook he has. And he goes feet to back. The opponent eventually gets off his back though. And he scores from that position. So I just wanted to go over this film, show you guys it. I believe it's pretty applicable to folk style and freestyle because I show folk style and freestyle clips. And yeah, if you disagree with anything I said, then let me know in the comments. I do not mind at all, but I try to come with as much proof as I can. So thank you for staying to the end of the video, and I will see you guys on the next one.